In the name of all the competitors, I promise that we shall take part in the Olympic Games, respecting and abiding by the rules which govern them in the spirit of sportsmanship for the glory of sport and the honor of our teams.
And from the blue team, on behalf of all the athletes, Paulina will recite the Olympic Creed.
The most important thing in the Olympic Games is not to win but to take part, just as the more important than the triumph is the struggle. The essential thing is not to have conquered but to have fought well. Now I'd like to introduce Mrs. McGinnis.
Good morning and welcome to our opening ceremonies. As is the tradition at Ridgefield Academy, we award our own Olympic Spirit Award to someone who has shown true mastery of a sport, someone who has achieved great athletic success through commitment, hard work, integrity, and discipline. To my right, Gigi Fernandez started playing tennis at the age of 3, and after asking for lessons on her birthday, she began taking lessons at the age of 7. She quickly rose through the ranks in Puerto Rico, winning every junior category. She was recruited to attend Clemson University, which she did for 1 year on an athletic scholarship. After reaching the finals of the NCAA Singles Championship as a freshman, she decided to turn professional. Gigi became the first Puerto Rican female to earn a living as a professional athlete. She turned professional at the age of 19 and partnered up with fellow player Natasha Zareva. The two went on to win the Wimbledon Women's Doubles Championship in 1992, 93, and 94. As a doubles player, Gigi also won the 14 other Grand Slam tournaments, which include 5 U.S. Open titles, 2 Australian Open titles, and 6 French Open titles. Gigi was voted as Puerto Rican Female Athlete of the Century. She was also the first female Puerto Rican elected into the International Sports Hall of Fame after becoming a member of the International Tennis Hall of Fame in 2010. It's very fitting in this arena to tell you today that Gigi is also a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, winning 1992 and the 1996 Games. Today she lives in Darien, Connecticut, where she's the director of tennis at Chelsea Piers in Stamford, but her main job is being mom to 5-year-old twins, Carson and Madison. It is with great pleasure and respect that I introduce you to Gigi Fernandez. I would also like to present Gigi with the official Olympic Spirit Award, Ridgefield Academy presented to Gigi Fernandez.
Thank you. I have to say it's quite an honor to be here, and it's kind of bringing me back to my Olympic days, watching the opening ceremonies and the Olympic torch being lit, and it's really cute. And now that I'm a mom, I can relate to these things, and I think it's great that the Olympic spirit is alive and well here, and I'm thrilled that you guys have this competition. I've been doing it for 4 years. I also want to thank the McMahons for inviting me to participate here and for being selected to receive this award. I wanted to tell you, to give you a little bit about my journey and how I went to Olympic gold medals. And this speech is mainly for the kids, so the parents can bear. And I wanted to ask you, how many of you play a sport? I want to see a raise of hands of how many of you play a sport that you love. But how many of you think that you can win an Olympic gold medal playing the sport that you love? Good, that's great. And I'll tell you, when I was growing up in Puerto Rico, I had never heard of the Olympics. I will ask you, how many of you know what Puerto Rico is? Or where is Puerto Rico? Probably the 8th grade. Do you guys know where Puerto Rico is? Puerto Rico is a very tiny island in the Caribbean, which is about 1,000 miles south of Miami. It's very far away, but it's a teeny tiny island, smaller than Rhode Island. There's 3 million inhabitants in Puerto Rico, and I had really no idea what the Olympics was when I was growing up. Didn't even think that I could ever win a Wimbledon title, or that I could win an Olympic or a French Open title, Australian Open title. But I was lucky that I had a God-given talent that was exceptional hand-eye coordination that I developed, and I had a lot of luck along the way. I was lucky that I was recruited by a school in the United States. And do you guys know what a scholarship is? A scholarship is the best gift you can give your parents. So what a scholarship did for me, even though my parents maybe didn't need a scholarship, was it allowed me to go to a place where I could play tennis every day. And for the first time at 18 years old, I played tennis every day of my life. And so how do you win an Olympic gold medal? Is you practice. You have a passion that, I saw a lot of hands raised. And it was, once I learned about the Olympics, which is already in college, it became my goal to win an Olympic gold medal. And every day I woke up, I pursued my goal. It was not just the gold medal, but it was winning Grand Slam. So you wake up every day, you practice, you practice, you practice. You don't get discouraged when you lose. When I used to lose, I used to get really mad, but then I would try harder and I would practice harder. And the more you practice, the better you get. And I want to tell you that if a girl from Puerto Rico that didn't even know about the Olympics, in a small island with no coaching, no role models, like Beth said, I was the first Puerto Rican female athlete in all of Puerto Rico. I didn't even know a professional athlete. I didn't know, I had nobody to say I want to be like her. So if I could do that from Puerto Rico and win an Olympic gold medal, you guys can too. Whatever your gold medal is, whatever you want to be in life, maybe it's not an Olympian, maybe it's an astronaut or a doctor or a lawyer, whatever it is. If you wake up every morning, especially the older guys, and you start practicing and you commit to it, it can happen for you too. So that's what I want to say. Thank you for having me, and good luck with the Olympics.